Achievement unlocked. A sixth sense of what's coming. Saw all previews in 999. The three left behind. Throw me in, coach. Actually, a great spot for a slash marker. There you go. Slunk, 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 slunk.
June.
So, what do you want to do, Junpei?
What do you mean, what do I want to do? What?
Oh, sorry, we're on adventure. It's not for me. I'm a
What was
novelist.
that?
Shh, quiet.
Clever motion to 7 to be quiet. Put one finger to her lips and close your eyes in concentration. Three of them listened, trying to determine where the sound was coming from.
Where is it coming from?
Where is it coming from? He said.
Could it be?
Hey, I think it's coming from this coffin.
You're right.
Let's open it.
But how?
What are those muscles for? For show?
You're telling me to force it open?
14, 38,
Shut up
34,
and
21.
try.
Junpei and Seven grabbed hold of the coffin, tried to get a good grip of what little purchase they could find. Pull with all their strength. Ooh.
Damn it!
Me at their Arby's. Speaking of which,
It won't even budge.
I haven't had that in a while. There was some sort of keypad attached to the coffin. Purpose would not have been difficult to determine. Eyes were almost immediately
Another
drawn
one?
to it.
Yeah, looks like it.
Do you think we have to put in the right password or it won't open?
I think so.
The wood wasn't stopping. In fact, it was getting louder.
Whoever's inside this thing wants out. And now.
I know that. But how?
Without a passcode, I don't think there's much we can do.
Couldn't even tell how many numbers the
Is there a
passcode
hint
needed to be.
somewhere?
Well, let's look for one.
Unfortunately, there didn't seem to be anything near the coffin. Clover ran to examine pews, and Seven investigated the desk, but they turned
There's
up
nothing
nothing.
here.
Not making this easy, are they?
Slunk, 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 slunk. Sound was still wouldn't stop. It wasn't a noise that belonged to that room.
What's the passcode? What am I supposed to do? How can we figure it out? I need something.
The world blinked. Suddenly there was a voice inside of Junpei's head. Truth had gone, and truth had gone. And now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand.
What the hell was that? That voice?
Junpei was utterly and completely baffled.
What's up?
Seven and Clover ran over to him, but Junpei didn't know what to tell him. He had told them when he heard a voice, they'd laugh or worse, they'd think he was going insane.
Oh,
All he said was,
nothing.
clenched his throat a little too loud and looked pointedly down at the bracelet. A pair of small buttons protruding from either side of it. Junpei. He pressed the buttons. Right, left, right, left, right, left. That was it. "21. A numbers blinked on and then off on the bracelet display. Junpei checked it one last time. 14, 38, 34, 21.
1438341.
Huh?
Huh?
Hey, what the hell were those numbers?
Oh my gosh. Are those?
Junpei didn't answer. Simply walked straight to the coffin. He knelt down in front of the keypad, running over the numbers in his head so they wouldn't forget.
143834421. 143834421.
Trembling fingers, he punched them in. 14383421. That was all of them. Punched the E button. A moment of complete silence. Lock open. Then there was the sound of the coffin unlatching. Someone sat up from out of it.
No way. Why are you...
Oh? Is that you, Clover? I apologize for worrying you. Snake!
You?
Junpei? And Seven? Is that you? Is everyone else there as well?
It was like Reverend Winkle. What? Still, it was very much like Snake through the simply cut to the heart of the matter mask. Mask.
Jeez.
Junpei and Seven shared a wry smile. Clover's eyes were filled with tears.
Back.
With a cry of joy, she leapt into Snake's arms.
Gently now. My body's still a little weak.
Oh, you're back.
Clover looked like nothing so much as a lost child who had finally found her home. She cried and cried and cried. Eyes were red and her nose was running. She hiccuped and gasped as if she were about to begin hyperventilating.
You're really here.
Woods was happy, but almost desperate, as if she feared he would disappear again if she stopped talking to him. Tears after tremendous tear rolled his way down her face. Small arms stained as she clutched Snake's body tightly as she could. Perhaps she had to convince herself he was real. Perhaps she was worried he would be gone the moment she let go. Perhaps she simply didn't know what else to do.
You're back.
Come now, what's gotten into you? You're acting as though I've returned from the grave.
Not as though. You did. I really thought you were dead.
Huh?
You jerk. Idiot. Idiot. Idiot.
Clover broke into sobs so great she could no longer talk. Touching reunion between brother and sister. Even though Junpei knew they had little time, and even every minute they waited was a minute they wasted, it felt cruel to pull them apart. Junpei and Seven sat down on one of the pews, waiting for Clover to calm down before explaining to Snake what had transpired.
I see. I believe I understand things rather well now, thank you. In the shower room, there is a dead body wearing my clothes. Because of that, you thought that I was dead, correct?
He quickly and neatly summarized the events of several hours.
You also
Junpei nodded.
discovered a corpse in the captain's quarters, and Santa turned on you here. Do I have it straight?
Well, the dead body in the captain's quarters is a surprise.
Sorry, there wasn't a good time to tell you.
Don't worry about it.
Well then. I've got a pretty decent idea of what happened while I was indisposed. But it's still something of a mystery who did all this, and why. The corpse in the shower room that looked like me, and the corpse in the captain's quarters. Why were they killed in the way they were?
You don't know?
No. Why would I?
The guy in the shower room. We don't know who he is, so let's just call him Mr. X. Anyway, this Mr. X is wearing Snake's clothes. But you're wearing some kind of weird robes. That means someone took your clothes and put them on Mr. X. We need to figure out who that was.
I apologize, but I have no idea who might have done this to me. I only just now woke up. I was unconscious during all the events you just described to me. They must have undressed me and changed my clothes during that time.
When were you knocked out?
When we split up to look for the red.
Where did they get you? Do you remember?
It was a small room in one of the hallways on C deck.
What happened?
The same thing that happened to every one of us when we were abducted. A canister releasing some sort of gas was thrown into the room. I believe the gas is some sort of incapacitating agent.
Then that means it was...
Zero.
Looks that way, huh?
There's nothing else I have to tell you. When I woke up, I was in this coffin.
Junpei crossed his arms and thought.
Why? Why did Zero make Mr. X wear Snake's clothes? How would that benefit Zero? I don't get it. What the hell does any of it mean? And I have no idea how I got the passcode for the coffin either. Truth had gone, and truth had gone. Where did those words come from? Why did I feel compelled to push the buttons on the bracelet after hearing them?
Stephen had asked him about it while they waited for Clover to finish crying. He had no answer for him.
All I
Then,
know
he still didn't.
My fingers moved on their own. It was like I did it subconsciously. I don't get it. What the hell does any of it mean?
Sorry, mine was a maelstrom of mysteries, clues, theories, and more mysteries he could barely think.
So, Snake and Clover had been subjects in a similar experiment 9 years ago.
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger. And someone did actually die. A girl. Her name was...
There had been another experiment conducted on this same ship 9 years ago, and a girl had died during it. Morphogenetic field theory. The two murders. Switching clothes. The nonary game.
And whatever strange thing was happening to Junpei himself. Maelstrom in his head spat out words and ideas that disappeared back into it almost as soon as he grasped them. But as he struggled through them, Junpei began to realize something. There was something that tied all of them together, and point connecting the dots.
He's the ringleader. The person who trapped 9 of us on this sinking ship. Zero should know everything. If we can uncover Zero's identity, all of our questions will be answered.
Who was Zero? Junpei had the beginnings of the theory. You can only test it. Perhaps.
We'll have plenty of time to decipher the details later. For now, it is of utmost importance that we escape. Junpei, it was 4:30 the last time you checked the clock, yes? That means we have less than an hour. We must hurry.
Hey, how are we gonna get out of here?
Isn't that obvious? Through the other number 9 door.
Oh yeah, you're right. With Snake, we can open the door.
Don't tell me you hadn't figured that out.
They snipped back and forth. I got a phone call. Well, my bad, I'm back. I pulled away for a minute. As they snip back and forth, Junpei glances Snake's left hand. He was wearing a bracelet with the two.
Come on, you gotta tell me these things.
I, assumed you'd figured it out.
Forget it. Let's just get going.
Seven stomped off towards the smaller number 9 door. Over Snake and Junpei followed. Seven quickly laid his hand on the red. An asterisk appeared on the screen. Junpei and the others followed suit. They laid their hands on the sensor panel. Soon there were 4 asterisks on the screen. Seven glanced at them, laid his hand on the lever.
All right, you guys ready to go?
Yes.
Yep.
Not yet.
Junpei paused for a moment, not yet.
Huh?
Sorry.
Before we go in, I'd like to check something.
You want to check something?
Yeah, but before I do, Seven, could you pull the lever? I want to make sure we can verify with just the four of us.
What do you mean? We don't need...
Just do it, alright? But if the door opens, don't go in yet, okay? Please, this is really important. I really need to check this, okay? Work with me here.
Junpei looked directly into Seven's eyes. The older man looked back for a
Fine.
moment and then nodded. Seven pulled down the lever and the door to 9 creaked open. And they waited. 6, 7, 8, 9.
Huh.
9 seconds, the door closed.
Alright, that means the four of us can go into door 9.
So? We knew that already. It's obvious.
Obvious. Yeah, you're right. It is. Now, what happens if we add Zero's bracelet?
What?
Zero's bracelet?
Why don't you take it out, Clover?
Every time. For a moment, Clover looked surprised, but she recovered quickly, struck her tongue out at Junpei.
So you did know I had it. I picked it up because I thought it might be useful sometime.
She reached into one of her pockets, her voluminous jacket, and proceeded. Just bracelet, sorry. Junpei took it from her and then turned to
This
Seven.
was on the left hand of the corpse in the captain's quarters. If you look at it, you can see it's got a 0 on the face. Just to make this a little easier to talk about, I'm gonna call the guy we found dead in the captain's quarters, Cap. Then I should be able to open door 9 with just me, Clover, and his bracelet. Though the big question is, if Cap is the mastermind of this game, would he really put one of these bracelets on? Anyway, let's just give it a shot. Clover, give me your hand.
Okay.
Now the captain's bracelet. And pull the lever.
However, error. Door did not open. The red display
I
had
knew
red
it.
error.
Now, what does this tell us?
Maybe the bracelet has to be on your wrist in order for it to work?
No, that's impossible. Did you see how the panel showed a third asterisk when I scanned Cap's bracelet? Whether or not it's on your wrist doesn't matter. All you have to do is put the bracelet near the panel for it to register.
Seven waved his bracelet in front of the scanner panel. Sure enough, a single asterisk appeared in the red.
Huh. Looks like you're right.
See? So what does that mean? There's only one possibility.
That bracelet isn't the number 0. Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
Then what number is it?
Let's find out.
Junpei. It's 6, so. Right, Cap.
Let's try 7, me, and Cap. If this combination opens the door, then Cap's bracelet is number 6.
Hey, it opened! The door opened!
What? Why? What does that mean?
Both Seven and Clover seemed rather shaken. He turned to look at Junpei for answers. The door slid heavily shut. Junpei raised his eyebrow.
Isn't it obvious? Cap's bracelet is number 6.
7 plus 5 plus 6 equals 18.
But doesn't it say 0?
This isn't a 0. The symbol on here isn't a number 0. It's a letter O.
Oh.
Whoa, wait a minute. I don't get it. I
Hexadecimal,
mean,
kid.
we figured out that Cap's bracelet is 6, right?
Yeah,
Does that mean there are 2 people with 6s?
Roger, make an answer, Snake.
There
spoke up.
is most likely only one person with a 6.
But I don't get it. What about June?
Well, this is only an educated guess, but I think June's number was never 6 to begin with. Her bracelet was flipped. In other words, June's real number is...
9.
That seems the most likely.
Then all this numbered door stuff was just a load of crap?
Why would you say that?
Because if June is 9, then the numbers wouldn't match up.
Clover grabbed Junpei's notebook and began
Here,
to write Varric's
look.
unit. Junpei
list
leaned
of
over to
all the
look at it.
numbered doors June's gone through.
I'll let you know what I'm writing, okay, Snake? And that's everything. I wrote down which door she went into and with whom. And I wrote what all the numbers were. So if you switch 9 in wherever there's a 6, the numbers don't work. If the digital root is 7, then you can't open door 4. If the digital root is 2, then you can't open door 8.
Clover, do you notice anything interesting on that list?
What do you mean?
You're talking about 3, right?
3?
Santa's always in the room with her. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
What about it?
That's quite simple, really. You told me that the first time you came to this room, Santa was the first to refuse to leave June behind. Now, doesn't that beg the question why? Why would Santa do such a thing? The answer is easy. Because Santa can't open door 9 with only 7 in Lotus. Of course, there's only one reason for that. His number isn't actually 3. Santa's real number, 7? Would you be so kind as to modify my sister's equations?
Yeah, sure.
7 took a pen from a confused Clover and began to adjust her calculation.
This is what you were getting at, right, Snake?
What other changes he made, and when he finished, he looked at Snakes.
Thank you.
Snake smiled.
That is exactly right, 7. Santa's true number wasn't 3. It was 0.
No way. Santa is 0?
And June was 9, not 6. Conversely, Santa was 0, not 3.
Are the timelines now just messed up? Yeah, I thought it was June for a while. I guess now it's not. But I mean, was there 2 9s then? Unless Ace, it still works out for Ace. But I don't really want to do the math.
Plus 3 and minus 3, they cancel one another out. Nothing appears out of order.
Santa was still playing by the rules of the nonary game this whole time.
Precisely.
So you're saying Santa planned this whole thing?
I'm not sure if he acted alone or not, but I think it is safe to conclude that he is 0, if my hypothesis is correct.
Clover bit her lips, seemed to be having some difficulty believing her brother's explanation. Junpei. Junpei remained
Snake's
silent and thought.
hypothesis. Something doesn't seem right. June's bracelet being flipped. Even if that were possible, That would mean there are 2 number 9 bracelets. And if that's the case,
All right, that's enough talking. Let's go. It's high time we went through that door.
Door not opened. Left through.
it's right there.
That was directly in front of them as they came through the door. Quickly they scanned their bracelets.
Oh,
And then they just stopped. Bro, I didn't do /marker, I just hit the marker button. I think we were at 5 hours on the dot. And I walked away for like 20 minutes. Another half hour.
all right. Let's keep going.
Hey, you got him in? Okay, I'll be right back. Hold on. Alright, my bad. I'm good. Hopefully. We'll go till 10 o'clock, so it's 23 more minutes, and then I'll do a /marker. Like, this whole hour is freaking important. And then instead of
I
stairs,
think
we
these
found the ship.
stairs go to the bottom deck.
I don't think we're gonna finish this tonight. Maybe we'll just play this, I don't know. And down with over the side.
Looks dry.
Let's head down.
Maybe we'll just save this at 10 o'clock and I'll switch games. I'm just starting it with save. They had it, and we'll meet it tomorrow before we do Fortnite. I think we're doing Fortnite tomorrow. Sorry. Starting it with save, they headed down the stairs. For alone, Junpei and his companions found themselves on the bottom deck. Turned and left into another hallway, at the end of
Hey,
which they
it's
found
a-
another door. Uranus? Nope. And of course, there was a symbol engraved over the keyhole. It looked like a sort of harpoon one would use to hunt fish, kind with 3 prongs. Snake traced the shape of it with
This
his
is the
fingers.
Neptune symbol. There must be a key
Yeah, I wouldn't
around
say
here
that.
somewhere.
Neptune key. I only have the Uranus key card.
It's a different planet. Plus, it's the
Oh,
wrong
whoops, I
kind
didn't
of
read that.
key.
Let's turn around and go back for now.
Yeah.
Examining the door for a few more moments, gave up and headed back the way they
Hey,
come.
another door.
They came. A little more searching, they found a metal door.
And a card reader this time.
Alright, it's Neptune. Symbol was
Uranus
engraved onto the
symbol.
card reader. Sorry, Uranus,
This is
I
the
had the place.
place.
Muttered to himself as slid the card through the reader. It beeped once and the light on to turn green. With a heavy metal groan, the door creaked open. Huh. Junpei, Clover, Snake, and Seven looked at one another, nodded and stepped through. Room they found themselves in was full of books.
Wow! It's totally full of books!
There's so many. I don't know where to look.
It looked remarkably like a library. Not a sort of library where large numbers of people came to read books, but more like a sort of library that was simply a place to store books. A little overwhelmed by the sheer number of books, but Junpei did his best
All
to
right,
speak with
if
the
we want to
authority.
get through that door out there, we need the Neptune key. I say we split up and look for it.
Okay,
Very well.
Sure thing.
Good. Let's get started then. We don't have a lot of time. Hurry.
Alice leaped in the small chamber past the forest of knowledge. As he began to search for reasons he didn't fully understand, Junpei felt those particular words float through his mind. Sorry, but that's on this timeline, right? Yes. Seek a way out. You know, I really wasn't trying to do another puzzle tonight, but we're gonna do another puzzle tonight. On the table. Lights to the books. Huh? What does that mean? Interesting. Well, intelligence often hides itself in darkness. Have you ever thought about the pages of a book? Each page only sees, what, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of light before the reader is on the next. Spend the rest of their lives locked in the darkness. Like myself. It's horrible. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining, not at all. I live in darkness, yes. But that had given me with the ability to catch the truths that others may miss. You can hear the voices inside or hidden in the darkness, you might say. So if I go live at like noon tomorrow, oh frick me. Teletemperation and telepathy. What the heck is this one about? Well, I know about telepathy, but I never heard of teletemperation. First, having the ability to travel through time. Mind swap. I mean, you could like change bodies with someone. Well, I guess I wouldn't mind switching bodies with my brother or doing too much, but I'd rather die in the 7. Good for me. What the heck? I never want to swap bodies with a little brat like... Hey, were you just imagining it? You were. Shut up. Yeah, well, he wasn't the only one. Kitab al-Azif. Man, they got some weird stuff here. I can't even pronounce this one. Who's that? Some famous guy? Not a person's name, it's the name of a fictional book written by Abdul al-Azrhed. Al-Azrhed. Said to be one of the sources used in the creation of legendary Book of the Dead, the Necronomicon. Oh. These are all code books and stuff. This one says the golden rabbit and the moon on it. Does this mean it's about a rabbit that lives on the moon? Rabbits are pretty cute, but what's the moon stuff about? Talking about the Judas tree that's said to grow on the moon according to Chinese legend. Bro, have you ever seen a freaking telescope? So we looked up here. That was what it was for. Energy theory, huh? Don't even understand the dang title. Looks like this shelf sells science technology. Pew? Oof. What's the deal with these titles? Epno, Ray, Nadif, Lube, Lob. All just gibberish. What if we like switch them around? Switch them around. Yeah. Move them around, maybe they'll spell something. Oh, I get it. Heck, it's worth a shot. Pendo? I wish I put this in front. Or son of a gun, you know? Open here, find bulb. How about this? Looks like putting those books in the right order. Open this thing right up. That was a piece of cake. Alright. You did it, Junpei. Guess that turned out well enough. The letter from the title would spell out. Open here, find bulb. I found bulb. Powerful bulb. Really big, a lot of light. Open here, find bulb. Our property value is going up in space too these days, making us times are tough for aliens too. One says cosmetic inflation. Super systemic string theory in 10-dimensional space-time. Just talking about super string theory. Theory of reality where, how to explain? It says that all elements of the universe are governed by the vibrations and harmonics of tiny supersymmetric, strings. I too have seen Interstellar. What's this? An overview of conformal field theory? Oh well, it's a theory that possesses an invariant quantum field where conformal transformation can take place. Knock it off with that science voodoo stuff. You trying to put me to sleep? Quantum gravity? 7, do you have any idea what this is? How about you start by using real words, and maybe we'll get somewhere. Theory of general relativity, huh? Oh, I know this one. It's Einstein, right? That was nope, that was up top here? No. That was... Oh, that was just around that. So now we have to do down here? Creatures of South Seas, huh? Wonder if this one got pictures of colorful fish and stuff. Micrographia, huh? Robert Hooke's famous work, first published in 1665. He built a microscope and examined insects or inorganic substances and other things too small to be seen in detail by human eyes. He then drew pictures of many things he examined and published them into a book. I'd hazard to guess that this shelf is concerned with natural sciences. Why did mankind lose their tails? Junpei, do you know what this one's about? Why are you asking me? I don't even know we had tails to lose. Maybe you should ask a human with a tail. Mankind's ancestors most likely lost their tails as they were no longer useful as the nutrients required to grow them were better put to use elsewhere. At least that's what I read. I was rather young, I may have remembered it incorrectly. Why the heck would a kid be reading a book like that? Paleontology, this one's about fossils, right? Amenities are pretty nasty looking. Anemone. This one says transition of extinct species. We need to hurry it up or we're going to end up in the pages of the book like that. Funny one. Introduction to geology. Thinking about the Earth, even when you're on the ocean, kinda romantic in a way, I guess. Theories of the Cambrian explosion? Did a bomb go off near somewhere called Cambria? Wrong kind of explosion. Roughly 500 million years ago, during what is known as the Cambrian period. Research suggests that it was a variety of living organisms increased by the order of magnitude. Why that happened is, however, still something of a mystery. Number of theories? This book is most likely a collection of them. Theory of evolution? Heck, even I know this one. That's the Darwin guy, right? Well, yes and no. Charles Darwin wrote the book called On the Origin of the Species. In it, he put forth his theory of evolution. Yeah, I remember that part. He called it natural selection. Exactly. Everyone remembers Darwin for his selections. Mother Nature. Doesn't this sort of book about hippie chicks? Probably not, except perhaps tangentially. Most likely about environmental protection. I'm gonna make a joke. Dude, hippie chicks, really? Alright, I think that we're done here. Mind swap. Oh, what a gag. What else have we got? Listening to you read those titles is giving me a headache. Can't say fancy technology. What did I even say? I thought it was just we didn't turn that far and that was just the left-hand side pages. Or the right-hand side that was not left-hand side. Get on talking about stuff and you're gonna put me to sleep. Energy theory? That's what I thought it was, energy theory, yeah. That's exactly what it was. I'm right. Black hole hypothesis. Gamma ray astrophysics. This bookshelf has an astronomy theme. History of Buddhism. Look, this one says Cultural Heritage of Rome. But that's going to be serious inheritance tax. I just went to go send a message and I pulled up the wrong keyboard and went to go type in Mystic into Twitch chat. I hate typing. Okay. No, you go back. I'm reading. Permian creatures? Seems a little fancy for some kind of prehistoric critter. Not to mention most of them were likely reptiles and amphibians without hair. I can't imagine they had such need of perms. Nothing to do with this. Got him. What's Hellenism? I think it's something like a fusion of Greek and Oriental culture. There's a book here. It looks like a children's story about Native Americans. Don't you think a random book like that is kind of suspicious? You ought to hold on to it. Book. Some Native Americans in the cover. Hey Junpei, take a look at this one. Native Americans, huh? Maybe it's got some whoa. Look. One of them pop-up books? LRK. Doesn't mean anything. Does it? We can make them KRL. Am I dying here? Where's there an R? Curl or Carl? Where do you see a C at, man? Where do you see an R? we done over here? History of the medieval period. Maybe it's about Sir Lancelot. Just a story. I don't think you're gonna find a guy who didn't really exist in the history book. Oriental history, maybe that's one of the, about China's 4,000 old years of history or something. Hey, Chinese history and Oriental history aren't the same thing. Yeah, Clover. What's called history of the Western world? Well, I'd assume it's about European history. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna leave it that one. You're gonna leave it at that. Snake? Doesn't seem like you. Greek mythology. Dang, this thing's huge. Can't imagine anyone's actually read the whole thing. Pretty sure it just put me to sleep. Okay. Principles of monkey behavior. Huh. Imagine there's a book describing praxeology studies on monkeys. Monkeys are very similar to humans evolutionarily. So I imagine the research was fruitful. Oh well, look, Seven, here's a book that's perfect for you. Called Correlation of Muscle, Bone Density and Bone Strength. Just saying that because it says muscle. Book is just called Dissection. Bookshelf must be all medical books. From what I can tell, it sounds as though these books have been organized by genre. Library must be massive. I'm rather impressed by how well organized it is. Human equilibrium theory. Human anatomy. Generation of internal organs. This one looks just like that picture book from earlier, the one with the pop-ups. I think they're part of the series or something? You have some of the same binding. Baseball on this one? Come on, Junpei, let's see what's in it. I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's probably a baseball stuff. Whoa! Head? This is a pop-up book. Letter's head popping out of it. Functions of the human brain, huh? I guess this is the book about the nervous system. I'd love to ask you to read it to me, but I don't think we have the time. Kinda curious about it too. Gotta be a reason why people connect with each other, you know? A section, outlets, huh? Whole shelf is full of medical books. Look at this one's called Recreation of Lost Human Functions. You think they're talking about if you lose part of your body, then you could grow back? I don't think so. Maybe they're talking about reconstructing abilities that humankind once possessed. In other words, maybe they're talking about cultivating its sixth sense. Ancient gladiators? What's this book doing here? Maybe they were researching human physical limits across history. Sorry. The Pythagorean theorem. Famous one. Certainly there are a number of math books in this section. Algebraic number theory, math, huh? Man, I'm gonna be soaked to just leave this chaos. In the middle of the, we've been reading books, so. Something like primary number theory or analytical number theory or geometry. Oh my gosh, how did you know? I haven't said anything about those. Well, number theory is usually split into 4 chief disciplines. If there was a book named Algebraic Number Theory, it took a wild guess and the other 3 would be there as well. Look, it looks like I was right. One's Goldbach's conjecture. Conjecture, what's it about? Like magic or psychic stuff or something? It's about jewelry, isn't it? They have an non-title, but it's actually a very respectable mathematics book. Those are one of the unsolved problems of additive number theory. Sorry I said anything. Let's not get into it right now, okay? It's a weird book jump, eh? Indian mathematics. That's funny. Why is that funny? Riemann hypothesis? What should I hypothesize about the Riemann? Isn't that pretty straightforward? Heavens know there are many factors lying to Earth application or lack of. Studying a rapidly growing field. Wow. Origin of Japanese folklore. Like there are a bunch of books about Japanese culture here. Mostly ones about folklore though. While folklore can conjure a wide range of subjects. History, urban life, religious trends, environmental changes, oral traditions. Folklore can cover all those things if you know where to look. That's pretty deep. Agriculture and historical organizations of folklore. Modern Japanese literature, huh? Hey, there's another one of those picture books here. Something about these things looks kind of nice, you know? Bring back some good memories. Even people with 7 kids once. No crappy little brat. Hey guys, cool it? Alright, I think I'm gonna take this picture book with me. Magic wand, okay. What's inside? Well, aren't you going to open it? Pretty sure it's gonna have pages inside. Smart. Whoa. CI5? A S and an E, a dash, and a number 5 sticking out of it. Might be impressed if I were 5. Got him, Junpei. You're really good. What's this, warm? Oh. Sorry. No, I am sorry. Let's do less happy stuff. What'd I miss? I'll go back downstairs. I think. Were we done here? I think so. Coat rack? Yes. Just for hats. Well, I'm gonna save this here and we'll load up some Splunky. We'll do more of this tomorrow before we do Sagi. And Zero Escape.